to run at 200 meters as we get set now for the Lake County men's steeplechase final. And another medalist from Paris of the silver variety, Carrie Goucher, is on the track. Kenneth Brooks.
Well, Brooks really took his competitors by surprise, grabbing the lead in the Olympic final, running away with that silver medal. He said he does feel a little pressure from that, Paul, but his fitness is good, and he's looking for his third U.S. title in a row.
And next to him, Matt Wilkinson.
Well, Matt Wilkinson last year was just a guy trying to make it as a pro. You know, he was a D3 athlete that ended up at the University of Minnesota, who ended up on the Olympic team. This year, he has so much more confidence. He's running with authority, and he comes in with the fastest time in the United States this year.
And another guy who made his Olympic debut, but is looking like he's ready for a nap, James Corrigan.
James Corrigan was a great story at the trials. He finished third, kind of a surprise third, didn't have the standard to go to the Olympics. 6 days later, went and got that standard. He also has been running with more confidence this year, just came off winning the NCAA championship.
Were you always sleepy before a race?
Oh, so tired. Nothing on the line.
U.S. title on the line for 7.5 laps in the steeplechase. They will avoid the water jump on the first lap of this oval at Hayward Field due to it being on the interior of the track. As we look at some of the other folks, one of the old dogs that still's got some bark, Isaac Updike from Ketchikan, Alaska. He made the U.S. team 2 years ago for Budapest.
He did, and he's been running really well this year. He actually set a personal best this year. He runs with Matt Wilkinson, and Wilkinson really credits Updike for helping him learn how to hurdle, how to be proper form over the barriers and what that's like. So we see this being a little bit, you know, they're just feeling each other out right now. We see Kenneth Brooks sort of in the back there. That's your Olympic silver medalist with hip number 9. And he's had mixed results a little bit this year, but he says his fitness is better than it was last year, and he just needs to be in the right mindset here today.
So Corrigan trying to get, I guess, woken up a little bit. Is going to take the lead and try not to make too much fun of that yawn in the early going, but it was kind of fun to see that relaxed state as he get ready to run for a national title. Last year's steeplechase champion also in the field, and he is center of picture. That's Parker Stokes out of Endicott, New York, as he won that title for Georgetown. Now into that water jump, and you know, a little separation here. It is these barriers, two things. They come up fast and they do not move.
They do not move. They will take you out. You're not going to take out the barrier. It's going to take you out. And it's always interesting to watch everybody, especially over that water barrier, who has good extension. I would say look at Matthew Wilkinson, who's in the back of the pack right now, but he is beautiful over that water barrier. He almost gets through the entire barrier and water pit without getting his foot wet. So it's just incredible what these athletes do. And the American men's steeplechase is very deep this year. This is going to be a hard team to make.
6 laps to go in this men's 3,000-meter steeplechase final. Gives us a chance to check in with Trey.
We're closing out the men's pole vault. As I mentioned earlier, this was going to be Sam Kendrick's to lose, and this is your American record holder, Casey Lightfoot. The young American was only at Baylor for a year before he turned pro, but was struggling today. As you can see how dangerous of an event this is. If you're off by a small degree, you can land precariously anywhere on there. Casey was okay, but he was not able to clear that bar and would finish outside of the podium. And Sam Kendrick's trying to get into his rhythm, find his sweet spot on the runway. He was not able to figure things out. The 11-time U.S. champion, that was his third miss at 5 meters 82, and he was out of the competition. At 32 years old, Sam makes another U.S. team. He'll go to Tokyo to try to win another medal, but this man right here had a little bit of a different story than Sam. He's 31 years old, has yet to make a U.S. global team. And this was Austin Miller jumping his best when it matters most. This year he is so dialed in. He's jumped a personal best, lifetime best, season's best, all back to back to back. Austin Miller wins the U.S. title with that jump right here, but he's on the runway right now, Paul. This is his last attempt at 19.5. And he nails it. Another personal best on the season. and putting the exclamation point on this victory here today. The road to this championship for Austin Miller was so unconventional, and it was worth the wait for him today.
And we talk so much about all the favorites and just coming here to get their ticket punched, and for Austin Miller, a dream realized here, as we will keep an eye on this 3,000 meters steeplechase, but the action continues during the break. The Olympic silver medalist Kenneth Rooks with the lead with 2 laps to go, but he's got a lot of company here. Almost everybody still in this race with 2 laps.
Yeah, well, he made a move to move from the back to the front here, so he must be feeling pretty good. He wants to start pressing this pace. We see Bernard Keeter right behind him, who missed the Paris team but did make the Tokyo team. And behind him is Isaac Updike and Matthew Wilkinson, who trained together in the matching uniforms. Rooks is really trying to put some pressure on here, Paul. It's just too big of a pack. He's really trying to stretch this out at this point.
Bernard Keeter now in second, and then you see Isaac Updike on the inside, and there on the outside, Daniel Michalski, another one of those 4th place finishers at the last trials, who's trying to make this team, and he's currently there in 3rd. You can see Updike trying to move on the shoulder of Keeter, say, give me some room, because he's kind of trapped there on the inside. Stokes in 5th, Michalski coming to the outside as we're going to wind this up. 1 lap to go for a spot on Team USA in the steeple.
Well, this is where Kenneth Rooks is very, very calm. He knows how to keep himself calm and collected in the later stages of the race. He doesn't panic if there are people around him. And we see him now really trying to push away from the rest of this field. There's people hanging in there, but he continues to lead and control this effort.
Oh, an almost disaster there for Michalski, as he had a little trouble with that barrier as it came on very quick. And when you're pressing here, you've got to keep your steps in step, because those barriers again are going to come up even more quickly.
And now they're tired. They're in the last stages of the race. Let's watch this water barrier and see who is able to get away from the rest of the crowd here.
Our first 4. Oh, I know. Isaac Updike had trouble there as he's falling off behind Keeter, so it's a pretty comfortable top 3 right now with Rooks, Michalski, and Keeter. Rooks going to try to hold off Michalski for the national title, as it is Rooks, Michalski, Keeter, and Wilkinson. And the silver medalist from Paris who is the only man among the top three with the standard, gets to the line first and is the new national champion. But what a final 100 meters.
Well, Kenneth Rooks is so good under pressure. We saw him fall at the U.S. Champs in 2023 and get up and win. And look at him here. He knows what's on the line. He gives a little look over, but he just finds that extra little bit. This is an incredible race out of Michalski, Paul, who's come back and had such a good season to hang on for that second position. But Kenneth Rooks really showing why he's been the man. In the United States the last few years, just knows how to get it done when it matters.
And just look at that celebration. Michalski, another one of those Division II standouts at Cedarville in Ohio before transferring to Indiana. But Kenneth